Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video. Something I noticed as a human being is, especially as a Christian, is that we oftentimes want the least, or we want to do the least for God, and then we want the God or the Lord to do more, or to do all that He can for us. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm sitting on top of this thing. Okay. And I'm just like, that is so human. It's human nature, and it's so sad. And as pastor, he said it best. He said, we get all we can and can all we get. And that is just what I see. And it's so sad. It's so sad. And maybe I'm kind of going into my sports analyst mode, because when the football season comes, they're going to do something that I'm going to have to write on here. That I'm going to have to do on my video. But I'm just thinking now about the football season being extended, and why is it being extended other than for monetary gains? Because you know how taxing that sport is on the body. So they really need to play the least games as possible. And people may say the same about baseball. I know baseball play a lot of games. But it's just like, why exactly would you do that other than to get more money? And the thing is, yeah, I want us to have all the money. Get all the money. I'm all for all the money. But don't get all the money to build up things of the devil. And that is oftentimes what we see. When we get money, it's so that we can look a certain way to certain people. It's not so that we can build up the next generation, so we can see what God is saying for us to do. And I know the Lord is in control. So the Lord said, what did He say? The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. So I know in due season, those things will happen. But until then, I had to put that in there. That's just a bonus. But yeah, so I was talking to someone and actually a few people, and they were telling me how basically they were wanting more. And most of the time, we all want more money. Like, who doesn't want more money, But I was listening to what they were saying, and it was complacency. It was more so, I want to be able to do what I want to do, but still have God bless me. And that's just kind of like, for the people who have children, I'm trying to think of it for the people who don't have children, maybe for the people who have friends. So I'll say for the people who have children, because probably a majority have children. And for those of you who don't have children, you may have a pet or you may have a friend. But this is the concept. So how would you feel if someone benefited off of you entirely, but wanted to do the least bit when it's supposed to be, when you're wanting it to be reciprocated? And so, no, this is not saying for us to expect people to give like we give. That's not what I'm saying. This is someone who you have built a relationship with. So that's why I say your children and your pet, your friends. And so I'm talking about the Lord, which should be the ultimate relationship that we have. It's like, how much more? Like, I don't want to spend time with the Lord. I don't want to spend time in His Word. I don't want to do what He's asking me to do. Because it was actually about a question to where I was asking them, did somebody pray about something? I was like, did you pray about it? And they were like, no, because they were basically like, I'm not doing that. And the thing is, it brought me back to Jesus in the garden, where He says, Lord, take this cup from me, because I don't want to do it, but if it be your will. And I think we have gotten away from that so much that we're just like, we've been so spoiled. The Lord has spoiled us, because His mercy and grace is new for us every single day. And so we get away with things that we should not get away with. And oftentimes, when you continue to get away with things that you shouldn't get away with, you will start to do things or not do things because you think, oh, well, I've been getting away with it this far, and the Lord is like, no. The Lord is like, no, you're going to have to do something different. And so I believe that's what He is calling me to talk about, but more so calling out for all of us. If we're seeing patterns in our life where it used to be okay, this used to be fine when we did this, but now it's like, no, this is not working out in the way that it used to. now your mind is like, what needs to be done differently? And I think that's what we need to think about. It's just like, I am wanting or expecting so much from the Lord, but I'm not reciprocating. I'm not doing what he called me to do, but I'm wanting him to still pour into my life. And anybody who's on the receiving end of that will be like, no, that is not right. Like, you would definitely say that. But oftentimes we're not on the receiving end because, of course, we're not God. So we just go on with our life doing what we want to do until it doesn't work out. And then we fall on our face, fall on our knees and say, Lord, please help me, help me, help me. And the reason why I can talk about this so good is because it was me. All these videos I tell you, it be about me. Things that I have done or things that I probably will do in the future, but more so things, of course, that I have witnessed as well. And so I'm just like, I'm not here to make you feel like a bad person. The only thing I'm here to do is to open your eyes to receive all that God has for you. But it's going to take you doing some things different for you to realize, like, I can't just do whatever I want to do and then expect the Lord to pour out on me in ways that I see him do for other people who may or may not, because I can't be speaking, I don't know what people do in their life, may or may not be living for the Lord. But if you want all that the Lord has for you, it's going to be time. It's come to a time now that you're going to have to do what he's asked you to do. And I always reference Esther because I believe we all have a purpose. And the Lord said, yeah, or well, not the Lord, but I'm going to say Mordecai, the Lord was speaking to Mordecai. It's like, it will get done. Don't think that it will not get done, because what the Lord needs to get done and everything it's going to get done. But don't think that you're going to go unscathed. Like, don't think that just because you decided not to do it, like, you're going to be lavishing. I don't know what the word I'm trying to use. Going to be sitting doing, enjoying the fruits of the Lord, when it's like, no, you're not doing what I called you to do. Now he's still gonna take care of you, and I say that because I never want us to think that our work is supposed to be equal. Like, we can never work to gain God's love. We can never do that. So I'm not trying to say that at all. But it is certain things that when you're obedient to the Lord that you get versus those who are just his children and are disobedient. So, and you know that if you're a child of anybody. And if you have a sibling, or even if you have cousins, or somebody, they be like, I ain't doing that, because they don't listen. They don't do. I'll make sure they got food, make sure they got clothes on their back, but that's about it. Now I'm starting to ramble, but I hope you were able to grab some from this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, sa cambio que quieres ver en otros. Until next time, bye.